Hello, I'm Mike, this is Will, we are the Tabletop Donkeys.
Hello.
And we're bringing you issue 53 of Warhammer 40k Conquest today, and in this issue we got our third Space Marine bike to round out our squad of 3. But before we head into the issue, as always, if you want to skip straight to the battle report, there is a time code in the description. And heading into the issue now, first up we got some background on the White Scars chapter. We've got some artwork here from the new supplement dedicated to them. It's just getting a brief overview that they specialise in bikes and rapid assault sort of strategies. And here we've got some background on the Dark Angels chapter. We've got their history from the 30th millennium up to the 36th millennium. Background here on scout bikes, so scouts on bikes essentially. And you can see some painted examples here and the sort of thing that they're used for. And some background here on the various alien threats to humanity in the galaxy. So there's a picture there, the Necrons fighting some Eldari, and also the Orcs, brief backgrounds on the Tyranids, the Dark Eldar or Drukhari, and the Eldari. And some background on Horticulus Slimeox, who is the tender to Nurgle's gardens. And here's Mount Mulch, the horrible snail thing he seems to ride. And then, of course, we've got our build guide for our bike. It's exactly the same as the other two bikes we got before, so it's nothing new here. And the painting guide's pretty much exactly the same as last time as well. And the only really new thing here is painting the display screen and the Sergeant's eye lenses with the new green paint we got recently. But with that over, we'll head straight into our mission.
We've got no new rules this issue, so we're straight on to our mission, and the little bit of fiction we have here suggests that the Space Marines are not doing very well in the battle for Kaylon. They've been pushed back into a number of small pockets of the city, and in the course of the fighting they have lost their company banner, and so they're going to try and retrieve it. And so, as you can see on the battlefield, the objective there, which represents the banner, is right in the centre, and it starts there, and then both sides have to try and pick it up and take it away again. So as it said on the left-hand side here, you place the objective marker in the centre, and an infantry model can carry the banner by moving into contact with it, and then it moves with that model until it's dropped if the model is removed as a casualty. Then obviously that grants victory points at the end of the game. There'll be 3 victory points for the player that is carrying the banner at the end. After 5 battle rounds, there's also victory points for enemy units eliminated, and 1 victory point for Slay the Warlord. Deployment is the usual affair. We've got the Death Guard on one side and the Space Marines on the other. And then we roll off to see who deploys a unit first, and then alternate deploying, and whoever finishes setting up first can choose to go first or second. And then, as usual, we've got 3 command points each, and we've obviously got access to the stratagems from the previous issue that we can now use. So with that, we will have a look at the armies and then get straight to the game. Here we have our Space Marines for this mission. We've got a fairly fast-moving force led by Lieutenant Calsius, who we haven't seen in a while. He's leading 3 bikes, so we've got our new biker here as well as the 2 original ones. 5 Reavers, the Land Speeder, which you've gone for the Multi-Meltran, the Typhoon missile launchers again, and the 5 Scouts, again equipped, well, as usual, equipped with bolt guns and the Heavy Bolter.
Yeah, and so for my Warlord trait for Calcius, I'm going to pick Storm of Fire, as I usually do, because I don't think it's going to be too helpful in this mission, but it's probably still better than any of the others.
And here are our Death Guard forces. We've got the Foul Blightspawn, and he hasn't brought any of his Chaos Space Marine mates with him this time. We've got 10 Cultists, 12 Poxwalkers, and 2 Demon Engines, the Mythic Blighthauler and the Fetid Bloat Drone. And obviously the Foul Blightspawn will be my Warlord, and he's going to take the Arch Contaminator Warlord trait. I've only got 2 units with Plague Weapons, which is him and the Fetid Bloat Drone, but to be honest, not many of the other traits are going to be that much use for him anyway, so we can go with that one. So there's our objective in the middle of the battlefield, representing the Fallen Banner. And now we roll off to see who gets to deploy a unit first. So I have roll A1.
Roll 2, so I will deploy first. So for my first deployment, I'm going to put the bikes roughly in the middle of the table.
And for my first deployment choice, we've put down the 10 Cultists right in the middle of the road.
So for my second deployment, I'm going to put the Reavers just alongside the bikes.
And then for my second choice, I've put all of these Poxwalkers down next to the Cultists.
So my third deployment choice, I'm going to put Lieutenant Calcius in between the bikes and the Reavers.
And I've put my Foul Blightspawn down behind the Cultists.
So for my fourth deployment, I'm going to use the Scouts' concealed positions to deploy them on the objective. There doesn't seem to be any reason not to do that.
But it doesn't say you can't do that, so they'll start there, and since you're going first, you'll just be able to pick it up.
Yep.
My penultimate deployment is the Fetid Bloat Drone, which is going to go down here.
And my last one is going to be the land speeder. I'm going to put it just here behind the bikes so it has clear line of sight to the bloat drone.
And then finally I have put my Fittic Blight Hauler down there, and it's got all of my infantry within 7 inches for cover purposes, and it's also obscured by this ruin from the land speeder, at least where it's currently positioned. So deployment over, Space Marines chose to go first, so we'll be on to Space Marines, turn 1.
So movement phase, first the bikes are going to move up normally, and the land speeder is going to stay where it is. Everyone else is going to advance, so I'll start with the scouts, roll for them first. He's move an extra 2 inches, then I'll do the rest of the rolls. So the Reavers go an extra 3, and Calsius goes an extra 1. So now I've finished my movement, these scouts moving away from the Death Guard down the road.
And taking the banner with them, obviously.
Yeah, bringing the banner with them. The Reavers coming up just around the scouts. Calsius is going to lag behind a bit, so he's within 6 inches of everyone for Storm of Fire. And he'll be on to the shooting phase. I'll start with the important shooting. So as the land speed is going to fire the Typhoon missile launchers at the bloat drone, crack missiles, 2 shots hitting on 3s. I will re-roll that with a command point.
Okay, it's down to 2 command points already.
Ugh.
Oh, I missed.
But that's wounding on a 3 re-rolling 1s.
Yep.
It wounded.
I get a 5+ invulnerable save for being a demonically possessed thing. Nope.
D6 damage.
1.
I can re-roll that.
You can re-roll that because this is not match play, so you can use more than 1 command point in a phase. Or sorry, you can use the same strategy more than once in a phase.
Re-rolls into a 5.
Alright, it's not 2 command points, but 5 damage. Potentially disgusting resilience. Made 1, so it takes 4 wounds.
It's down to 6.
So it's down to 6 wounds.
And then my only other shooting will be the bikes. They're going to shoot at the occultists. So we'll have 6 bolt gun shots hitting on 3s. 5 hits. Wounding on 3s, re-rolling 1s.
1. 4 wounds.
So that's 1 dead cultist. And
no, I'm in cover thanks to the Blight Hauler. So that'll be a 6+, and these all 3 will be 5+.
Yes,
so 6+, nope. And 3 5+. Oh, made 2, yep. So 2 dead cultists. We'll take away some melee weapon guys. There won't be any more shooting because everybody else advanced, but in the morale phase the cultists do have to take a morale test because they lost 2 models, so d6 plus 2, 4 plus 2 is 6, which is the champion's leadership, so they don't run away. With that we'll be on to Death Guard, turn 1. So in my movement phase the cultists have moved up their 6 inches to get to there. Next we're going to advance with the fetid bloat drone. So rolling that, and I got a 4, so that'll be a 14-inch move. So that will bring it to there, and it's just over 12 inches away from the Reavers, so they can't throw a shot grenade at it in their turn. Next we'll advance with the Poxwalkers. Roll 1. So that gets them to there, like that. They've condensed up a bit, for a reason you'll see in a moment. We'll advance with the Foul Blight Spawn next. He rolled a 5, so he can go 10 inches. That will bring him to there. And then finally my Fittic Blight Hauler has moved to there, keeping everyone within its 7-inch bubble for cover. So with that, we'll be on to the shooting phase. We'll start with the cultists. They're going to shoot their 6 autogun shots at the scouts. Not within rapid fire range, obviously, so hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s. No 1s, but 4 hits. Moving on 5s, nothing. And finally, we've got the Blight Hauler. Its multi-motor is only in range of these guys over here, not the land speeder, so we'll shoot crack missile at the land speeder and the multi-motor at the bikes, I think. So we'll do a crack missile first, hitting on a 4. It did. It wounds on a 3. The land speeder's toughness 6, and that's a 1. And I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll that. I'd rather like to get rid of it. That's a wound. It's minus 3 AP. No, it's not. It's minus 2 AP.
5+ armor save.
Yes.
Oh, I made it.
Oh, you made it.
Phew.
It doesn't go through. And then the multi-motor at the bikes. Hits. Wounds on a 3, because the toughness 5. That's a wound. No armor save because it's minus 4.
Yeah.
So d6 damage, 2. That's enough.
Kill a bike. I'll take this one away.
Well, that will be it for my turn. No more shooting, obviously. So we'll be on to Space Marines, turn 2.
So, first thing up, the bikes are going to move up their max move straight into the Hornet's nest. The Reaver's just going to move up so that they're just within 6 inches of Calsius, and they are just over 9 inches away from the bloat drone because they might be able to get a charge off. Scout's just going to keep moving further away, just going to move up normally. And Calsius and the land speeder are going to stay where they are. So a slight change at the end there. The land speeder is going to scoot up just enough to get within bloat drone within 24 inches. And then it's on to the shooting phase. So I'll start with the land speeder since it's important. It's going to put all of its shots into the bloat drone. So we've got a multi-melter hitting on a 4. It missed. I'm not going to re-roll it. 2 missile shots hitting on 4s. There's 1 hit. I will re-roll that last one.
Okay, so we're at command points.
Yep.
No, it's a 2 again.
That was a 2 again. Wounds on a 3, rolling 1s. You're wounded.
5 plus a vulnerable save again. Nope.
D6 damage. 5 again.
So continue resilient. Oh no, it didn't make any of them.
Down to 1 wound.
It's down to 1 wound. That obviously puts it in its lowest bracket.
Yep. So I'll do the Reavers next, since they only have one thing to shoot at.
Yep.
And they're going to fire their pistols at the bloke drone. 5 shots hitting on 3s. That's 4 hits. Wounding on 5s, you're rolling 1s.
2 6s, and they are within 6 inches of Calsius.
2 4 plus armour save. 2 5 plus.
5 plus, because it's -2. I failed both, so I have to make both of these disgustingly resilient rolls. Oh, I have. Wow.
I'll do the scouts next. They're going to put their shots into the cultists. So we have 4 bolt gun shots hitting on 3s. They will hit. And wounded on 3s, you're rolling 1s. They're wounded.
No storm of fire, and I have got cover, so 5 plus. Made 1, failed 3. So we'll take away the last melee guy. 2 of our auto guns.
And the heavy bolter. 3 shots hitting on 4s because we moved. 2 hits. Wounding on 3s, you're rolling 1s. Rolling that 1. It's 1 wound, but it's
no armour save because it's -2 with that 6 plus from Storm of Fire, so that'll be another 1 dead. That one.
So that's 4 dead cultists so far. Finally, I'm going to use the bikes. They're going to shoot at the cultists. I'll use bolt guns rather than the frag grenade. So we have 8 shots hitting on 3s, you're rolling 1s. We need to do well here.
Oh, well that is well.
That's 7 hits. Wounding on 3s, not to be rolling 1s because we're miles away from Calsius. That's 4 wounds.
5 plus save because of cover again. Made 1, but that's 3 cultists dead. I'm going to leave this middle guy here because it doesn't matter if I leave the champion because whoever's left is going to run away. So I'm just trying to stop the bikes getting to my foul blight spawn. Well, that's it for your shooting.
Right, so the bikes, 2 bikes are going to declare a charge on the remaining cultist.
He will overwatch. He misses.
Charge distance is 3.
Ooh. So it costs you an inch of move to do so, but this bike is mounted on top of the ammo boxes. I'm just taking them away just to make it easier to place the model.
Yeah.
Will you have any more charges?
Then the Reavers will declare a charge on the bloke drone.
Yep, okay.
It'll be a 9.
Yep, but he's out of shooting range.
Yep. Or 8.
Or 8. No,
Not quite enough.
We've got to pile into the foul blight spawn anyway, so he is going to heroically intervene. Get himself there.
Yeah, the bikes go first, so I'm going to pile in like that. Staying an inch away from the poxwalkers just to bring that into range.
Yeah, you have to put all your attacks on the remaining cultists though.
And we have 3 attacks between us. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. 1 wound.
So you could survive, you've only got a 6 plus though. No.
He's dead.
Left.
But that is a victory point for wiping out an enemy unit.
Yes. Yeah, so the yellow will be the Space Marines victory points. Now I get to hit the bikes back. I suppose we'll pile this in a little bit. It has 3 attacks hitting on 4s. 1 hit. It wounds on a 3 because it's strength 6. It did a wound, and it's 5 plus armour save.
Made it.
And then the foul blight spawn has 3 attacks hitting on 3s. They all hit. They wound on 5s because you're toughness 5. Oh wow, 2 wounds.
3 plus armour save. Made 1, failed 1, so a bike takes a wound. Be the regular man. But they did their job.
And they have tied up the 2 shooting units, so that's a bit of a problem. So that means we'll be on to Death Guard turn 2. Well, we've already got to do something about this mess over here, so what's happened is the foul blight spawn has fallen back forwards, as it were. The Blight Hauler has come over here, behind this wall, so it gets a little bit of cover, hopefully. And the Poxwalkers have moved up with the intention of swamping these bikes. Just hopefully tie them up for the rest of the game, if not kill them all. And the bloke drone, in its wounded state, can only move 6 inches, but it is just about enough to get it within range of the scouts over there, so it's done that. So we'll be on to the shooting phase. In the shooting phase, we'll start with the bloke drone. It's going to shoot the scouts. So it's down to strength 4, but it still gets its 2d6 in automatic hits. Ooh, 9, that's not bad. So as I said, down to strength 4, so it's wounding on 4s, but rerolling everything thanks to the Arch Contaminator Warlord trait. Ooh, I don't really need to reroll everything. That's 9 wounds.
Need to make 5 of these for the scouts to all live.
Made 4,
so the scouts will be wiped out.
Yeah.
And that'll be a victory point for the Death Guard, and the flag will be dropped.
So there we go, there's a victory point for the Death Guard, marked with the white die in this case, and then the scouts go away, and the banner is dropped where the model carrying it died, so there. But there won't be any more shooting because the other 2 units that could shoot fell back. So in the charge phase, the Poxwalkers will charge the bikes.
We'll overwatch with our bolt guns. So you have 8 shots hitting on 6s, not rerolling 1s.
2 hits.
Wounding on 3s. 1 wound.
And disgusting resilient. Nope.
Oh, yeah.
And then their charge roll is 7 inches. So So the Poxwalkers finished their charge like that. They completely surrounded the 2 bikes, so they can't move out unless they kill all the Poxwalkers pretty much. Then the Bloat Drones can declare a charge on the Reavers, mainly to try and tie them up so they can't make a charge, if possible, if assuming it survives.
One of them will throw a crack grenade and the other 4 will fire their pistols.
Okay.
So 4 pistol shots hitting on 6s, nothing. And the crack grenade, nothing.
And its charge, only 4 inches, but that's enough.
Yeah.
So it will come in like that. In the fight phase, we might as well do that first. It's only got 1 attack now, because it's wounded and hits on 4. It wounds on a 3, re-rolling everything. Yep, that's a wound.
4?
Sorry, it wounds on a 4, but re-rolling everything. But it would wound, it rolled 5.
Is it AP minus?
AP minus 2.
So 5+ armour save for the Reavers. Oh, I didn't make it that one.
D3 damage. Oh, only 1. No, I won't re-roll that.
So Reaver will take a wound, put it on this man over here.
Then the Poxwalkers will go. There'll be 20 attacks because there are only 10 of them in range to strike because this guy over here is out in front to try and shield the Foul Blight spawn a bit. So I'll do 2 batches of 10, hitting on 4s because there's still 11 of them. Well, that's only 2 hits so far. And the second 10, do those all at once.
Oof, 5 hits.
5 hits from 20. That's got to be a record. Wounding on 5s. Well, 2 wounds at least.
2 3+ armour saves for the 2 bikes. Made both.
So they're fine. Yeah.
I'll do the bikes, I suppose. They're definitely stuck there. They got 2 hits between them. Wounding on 3s. 1 wound again.
And you didn't kill one. I ignored it.
And then over here, the Reavers. I guess this guy will pile in a bit. 16 attacks hitting on 3s. And that will only be 10 hits. Wounding on 5s, re-rolling 1s.
Oh, that's
7 wounds.
It's 3+ armor save against all of them. Failed 3. To make 3 disgusting resilience. No, I haven't made any of them. And it might blow up on a 4+, so we'll roll that. No, it didn't. So nobody dies, so that goes away. And Space Marines are up to 2 victory points now, and Reavers get to consolidate. And the Reavers have consolidated like that. So try and come over here and rescue these poor bikes. But that will be the end of Death Guard turn 2, so we'll be on to Space Marines turn 3.
The bikes are going to have to be trapped in melee. The Reavers have moved up 6 inches. I moved the tank traps out of the way so they're on there. It doesn't impede their movement in any way. Calsius will advance to try and get somewhere in this game. 1. So Calsius has moved up his 7, picking up the banner on his way past. Yeah, so the land speeder is going to rock up like that.
Yeah, so that gets you within 12 inches for double damage on the multi-motor. Not
Yes,
double damage, but 2d6.
2d6. So it's on to the shooting phase. We'll do the important one first, it's the land speeder. So we're just going to pull our shooting into the Blight Hauler.
Yep.
The multi-melter, 1 shot hitting on a 4. It missed. And the missile launches, crack missiles, 1 hit. Wounds on 3 rerolling 1s. Rerolling that 1. It didn't wound. Next we have the Reavers. This Reaver here will throw a shot grenade at the Foul Blight spawn.
Yep, he is closer, as you can see.
And then the other 4 have to shoot at the Blight Hauler because there's nothing else to shoot at.
Yes.
So I'll do the shot grenades, D3 shots, 2. Hitting on the 3. We got a hit.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Then the 4 pistol shots, hitting on the 3s. Well, they all hit. Wounding on 5s. 2 wounds.
Well, actually, no, I've got cover from this wall.
Oh, yeah.
Because these walls do give cover to vehicles that are, I think it's 50 or 25% obscure, but it's definitely that.
It's easily more than that.
Yeah, so it will be exactly 3+. Failed 1 though, and disgustingly resilient. I made it 6.
And then we've got 2 pistols from the bikers. Hitting on 3s, you're rolling 1s. Oh. Nope. Yep. Wounding on a 3, he wounded.
And, oh, you did kill 1, that is important.
That's enough to get rid of their bonus.
Yeah. I'm going to take this one in here, make sure the bikes still can't escape.
On to the charge phase. Reavers will declare a charge on the Foul Blight spawn and the Poxwalkers.
Yep, no Overwatch on the Foul Blight spawn, because he's been shot grenaded.
To see how much distance we get. 8 inches. So yeah, the Reavers will complete their charge like that. Being weird strung out, so this guy is closest to that.
Yeah, so he can pile into the Blight Hauler.
Yep. So I'll pick the Reavers to fight first. We've got some piling in.
Yeah, they don't count as charging because the Foul Blight spawn is really stinky, but they're your only unit that's charged, so...
So yeah, it goes straight to picks, but it's my turn, so I get to pick first.
Yeah.
So this Reaver has piled into the Blight Hauler, but he is within inch of this Reaver, so he can put his attacks on the Foul Blight spawn.
Yes.
So we'll put Sarge and these 2 will fight the Foul Blight spawn, the other 2 will fight the Reavers, the Poxwalkers, because they aren't in range of the Foul Blight spawn. So we have 10 attacks on the Foul Blight spawn, hitting on 3s, only 5 hits, wounding on 5s, there's only 1 wound,
Disgustingly resilient. He made that, so he doesn't take anything.
And then we have 6 attacks on the Poxwalkers, hitting on 3s, 4 hits, wounding on 3s, 2 wounds.
Disgustingly resilient. Killed one. I'm going to take away this one over here. I'm going to attack the Poxwalkers next and see if I can kill that wound bite before he gets to strike. Poxwalkers have 18 attacks, so I've got a red die here as well. Hitting on 5s because there are only 9 of them left. That looks like 6 hits. Wounding bites on 5s. Oh wow, 5 wounds.
Oof. 3+ armour saves.
Oh well, you only got one missed the box, but that's 3 wounds, so that actually takes them out.
The bikes are destroyed, and that'll be a victory point for the Death Guard.
And I don't get Poxwalkers back from that because bikes are biker models, not infantry. So it specifically states that I have to kill infantry models to turn them into Poxwalkers. And then the Poxwalkers have consolidated to get in like that. I'll do the Foul Blight Spawn next, doesn't really matter which order these go in. So 3 attacks on 3s. Oh, no, he's hitting on... They all hit, but he's -1 to hit because...
Shock grenade. So
that doesn't trigger Death of the False Emperor. Wounding on 4s. Wow, 3 wounds.
Yeah, 3+ armour saves.
Oh, your armour saves have suddenly gone to
2
pot
dead
as well.
Reavers.
So you have to kill this guy here with a wound.
I'll take this guy.
Okay.
But that does mean the Blight Hauler is unengaged now.
Yes, so actually when I said the order doesn't matter, it does matter because the Blight Hauler is now unengaged, so it can't strike. But on the plus side, it's unengaged, so it will be able to shoot. The Reavers lost 2 models, which isn't enough for a morale test, so with that we will be on to Death Guard, turn 3. So for my movement phase, the Poxwalkers have fallen back out of melee, and the Foul Blight Spawn has also fallen back. I think I would have liked to keep the Poxwalkers in melee, but they were blocking the Foul Blight Spawn in, so they had to go. And then the Blight Hauler has come back all the way over here, try and get as far away from the melee combat as possible. So in the shooting phase, it is the only unit that can shoot, so it will shoot at the land speeder. The multi-melter on a 4, it hit, wounds on a 3, that's a 1, but I've got command points left still, so I'm going to re-roll that. Yeah, that's a 4, doesn't get an arm save, and I'm within 12 inches, so 2d6 picking the highest, 5.
Down to 1 wound.
So that down speeder is down to 1. Then we've got a crack missile, which missed, and bile spurt, d3 shots, 3, hitting on 4s. 2 hits. Strength 6, so it wounds on 3s, rerolling 1s. That's 2 wounds. It's
-4+ armour saves.
180.
Maybe 1 failed once, so the land speed will go down.
Might blow up.
No,
not quite.
That'll be a victory point for the Death Guard.
Death Guard are up to 3 victory points with that. But that'll be it for my turn, because both of these units fell back, no more shooting, no charging. So we'll be on to Space Marines, turn 4.
So that's our movement. Start with the shooting phase with Calsius. He's going to throw a frag grenade at the Poxwalkers.
Okay.
The 6 shots, 1 hits on a 3, it hit, wounds on a 4, rolling 1s, didn't wound. And the Reavers will also throw a frag grenade and fire their pistols. So frag grenade 6 potential hits, hitting on 3s, 4 hits, wounding on 3s, 4s rolling 1s, so 4 wounds.
3 wounds.
3 wounds, sorry.
Disgusting was in it, made 2, so 1 Poxwalker goes down. I'll take this one over here.
2 pistol shots, miss.
Oh.
Then the charge phase, the Reavers will declare a charge on the Poxwalkers.
Yep.
Yeah,
they're definitely
10. Yeah.
Yep, nice and close, so you'll be able to pile into the Foul Blight Spawn.
And then Calsius will charge the Poxwalkers as well. Gets a 7. So Calsius finishes his charge like that.
And you're going to pile again. You're going to pile into him, so I will heroically intervene.
So no one counts as charging because of the smelly.
No. So who do you want to fight with?
We'll do the Reavers.
Right.
Because they have the most attacks. Hitting on 3s. 6 hits. Wounding on 3s. 3 rolling 1s. It's 5 wounds.
And it'll be 4 dead Poxwalkers. I'll take away this one. And this one. Those 2 from there. So 4 Poxwalkers left. I'll do the Poxwalkers. Because Calcius can only attack them, so they'll go before he does, and they're going to hit the Reavers. So we've got 8 attacks hitting on 5s. Oh wow, 4 hits. Wounding on 5s. 2 wounds.
3+ armour saves.
Oh, failed 2. So another Reaver down, and we will bring a Poxwalker back and put him there.
Calcius will fight next. He'll pile in a bit like that. He has 4 attacks hitting on 2s. They all hit. Wounding on 3s, you're rolling 1s. So that's 3 wounds.
Disgusting resilient, made 1, so another 2 Poxwalkers will die. And we'll take that one, and the new one who just came back. Then the Foul Blight Spawn attack, he has 3 attacks on 3s, and only 1 hit. Wounds on 4, sorry, and it didn't. At the end of Space Marines turn 4, beyond to Death Guard turn 4. in my movement phase. Everyone's tried to fall back in different directions, trying to remove charge shenanigans. So the Foul Blight Spawn has come down here, Poxwall's a guy over there. Then the Myphitic Blight Hauler has gone all the way over here. It can't quite get Calsius as the closest target. But obviously it will shoot at the Reavers, because that's the only target it does have. So we're hit with the Multi Gunner on a 4. Nope. And the Crack Missile on a 4. That did hit. Wounds on 2. It did.
5+ armor save. Nope.
Nope. D6 damage. Oh, only 1.
So Reaver will take a wound, it'll be the regular man.
And then we've got Bile Shot. Bile Spurt has D3 shots, 2. Hitting on 4s. Nope. Nothing. But that will be the end of my turn, because that's all I have to do. So we'll be on to Space Marines turn 5.
So, this is our movement. We're going to move up closer to the Foul Blight Spawn. And then in the shooting phase, I'll start with Calsius. He'll throw a frag grenade at the Poxwalkers, because he can't shoot at the Foul Blight Spawn. D6 shots, 4. Hitting on 3s, you're on 1s, because we are close to the ammo boxes.
Yeah.
Rolling that 1. 3 hits. Wounding on 4s, you're on 1s. 3 wounds.
3 wounds, need to make a disgusting resilient. Nope, they're all dead. And that's a victory point, which could actually be quite important.
Yeah, that will be important. 3 each.
3 each, yeah.
Then the Reavers. One will throw a shot grenade at the Foul Blight Spawn and the other will fire his pistol. So do the important one, the shot grenade gets D3 shots, 3. Hitting on 3s, you're rolling 1s. You got a hit.
Yeah, that's what matters.
Yeah, and the pistol hit. Wounding on a 5, rolling 1s, or wounds. Minus 2
Minus 2. Storm of Fire, which means I failed that save. Disgusting resilient. Nope.
Down to 3.
Yes.
On to the charge phase. Reavers will charge first. 6, they're in.
Yep, so they finish their charge like that.
And then Calsius will charge a Foul Blight Spawn. Yeah, he's in as well.
Trapping him in like that so he can't escape.
So I think we don't want to kill him.
Probably not, no.
We don't count as charging because stinky. I'll do Calsius first.
Yeah.
4 attacks hitting on 2s. He'll hit. Wounding on 5s, you're rolling 1s. And that 1. It's 2 6+ armor saves.
Made 1, failed 1. Disgusting resilient. Made it. I don't really want to make them because I want him to die so I can shoot Calsius.
Yeah.
And then he does get to go. He will hit the Reavers because he might actually be able to kill one. Not if he rolls 2 2s and a 1, he won't.
That's the best possible outcome.
Yep, so he misses entirely, and now the Reavers go.
7 attacks hitting on 3s. 4 hits, wounding on 5s, you're rolling 1s. 2 wounds.
And they can't kill him. But he failed both his saves. What a time to do that. And then made 1 disgusting resilient.
Down to 2.
Down to 2. So that'll be the end of Space Marines turn 5. On to Death Guard turn 5. I'll see if I can pull a draw or something out of this. So the Foul Blight Spawn cannot escape. He's trapped in there, so he can't fall back. And the Blight Hauler has moved up to here. It's going to have to charge. It can't shoot because all these guards are locked in melee, so just straight to the charge phase. Rolling its charge. 7 inches is enough to get it there. And it's charged, so it gets to go first. I'm trying to eat Calsius. 3 attacks on 4s. 2 hits. Wounding on 3s for rolling everything. Thanks to the Warlord trait. That's double 3, so 2 wounds at minus 2.
5+ armor saves. Made 1, failed 1. So Calsius is down to 4.
Foul Blight Spawn's going to attack Calsius, and I have to hit with all 3 of these attacks and get a 6 to try and get there for the Fourth Emperor. Yeah, that's 1 hit only, and I can't, even the command point I have left won't be able to do that, but never mind. Try to oh, no, he doesn't even have a plague weapon. We're going to use my last command point. That's not even a wound, no. So that's it for my fighting. You can fight back if you want, but you've won, because I've got no way of hurting you.
Calsius will attack the Foul Blight Spawn space. 4 attacks hitting on 2s. 3 hits. Wounding on 5s, rolling 1s. 1 wound.
6+. Nope. And disgusting resilient. Nope. So he's down to 1.
And then 7 attacks from the Reavers. Hitting on 3s. 6 hits. Wounding on 5s, rolling 1s. 2 wounds, sorry.
Armour saves. Made them both.
There we go.
So that's what's left at the end of the game, and it's 3 victory points to 3 on kills, but the Space Marines get the extra 3 victory points because somebody is carrying the banner. So that'll be 6 points to 3 and a victory for the Space Marines. We'll recap that for you now. So that was our mission from issue 53 of Warhammer 40,000 Conquest. How do you think that went?
Well, I was glad to get a win. I didn't think I was going to win, to be honest, looking at the forces.
Well, I thought you were going to win really easily. About halfway through the game, by end of turn 2, end of your turn 3 maybe, I thought you were going to win easily. and then
I failed a lot of armour saves, I think. Is when
that was true. You did fail a lot of armour saves. At that point, I was kicking myself for mistakes I made.
Basically, it's going to come down to the bikes being able to charge into your Blight Hauler and the Foul Blight Spawn. Just managing to keep, especially the Foul Blight Spawn, held up for the entire game.
Yeah, we've said it before, we've said it again. If he doesn't get to shoot, you tend to win. And he didn't. He didn't shoot at all.
Well, I mean, I thought I was going to really struggle because the Land Speeder is a good anti-tank unit, but there's only one of it, and it is quite flimsy. So I think he was quite lucky to survive the opening turn. And then I was able to target the Blight Hauler for at least a turn, so it survived longer.
Yeah, that's true. You did make an armour save in the very first of my shooting phases, which kept it alive.
But I did have to use up all of my command points, using it to wound the blow drone.
Yeah, and actually the bloat drone being left on one wound, it then went and murderised the scouts. Admittedly, I rolled really well for it, but it's one of those missions where actually you look at the Space Marine forces and think, oh, really?
Well, that's what I thought when I saw the picture of the...
Yeah, you've got a ton of small arms and one anti-tank weapon, whereas I have two of my most resilient units.
Yeah.
Admittedly, all of my infantry are useless, so...
Yeah, and two of your most resilient vehicles and one of your best characters as well.
Yeah, I mean, if the land speeder had gone down earlier, you wouldn't have had any way of dealing with, particularly the bloat drone, actually. If it had been on more wounds than it was, then you would have had to plink wounds off it with one damage weapons, or maybe Hellfire shells would have been your only thing left.
I mean, if I hadn't done 5 damage to it in that one round, it could have moved up with impunity, and then...
Yeah, exactly. You can't even tie it down in melee, so... It's funny, actually, because there's a lot of points in this game which, as you said, you rolled a terrible load of armour saves at one point and lost all the bikes and 3 of the Reavers. I rolled really well for that bloat drone, but then you killed it with the Reavers in melee because you rolled lots and lots of wounds for it.
Well for them, to be fair. And I think a lot, actually, for me, getting to go first, so I can use concealed positions to deploy the scouts on the objective and then get them out. I mean, they just managed to get out of the way of the bloat drone.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Because it feels almost like, on one hand, it feels a little bit like an oversight when they made the mission that you can deploy a unit on the objective and you go first, you can just walk off with it. But on the other hand, if you hadn't had a unit on the objective, it would have had a bloat drone on top of it.
Yeah, fairly quick.
You'd have to send somebody forward, because the bikes, remember, can't pick it up, of course, and then whoever got there would have been bloat drones.
Scouts and Reavers and... would have had to use the land speed to get the blow drone off the objective and then shot grenade it and charge it. But then you would have had the Blight Hauler and the Foul Blight Spawn free to do things.
Yeah, as I said before, I made a fairly large mistake at the beginning, which was allowing you to charge stuff. I mean, I didn't see that because the bikes can move really fast. They did what they're good at, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the only time I've ever used them to do that as well. So
yeah, but the problem was that I put cultists as a meat shield, and cultists don't actually last very long. My lesson from this game is don't put important shooting units behind cultists. Put them behind poxwalkers instead.
I mean, if you deployed the cultists and the poxwalkers, if you'd swap them over...
Yeah, then it might not have happened as it did.
That probably wouldn't have happened.
No. But even that said, I still made my usual mistake of deploying the Foul Blight Spawn and the Blight Hauler too close to something that you can charge.
The bikes do have big bases, at least, that does.
Yeah, they can pile in a kind of useful way. The cultists, again, did absolutely nothing because they don't really have any firepower.
Yeah, I think they shot once and failed to wound, and then I shot them off the board.
And then you shot them off the board. And we didn't actually get to see any of the new stratagems with the ones we got last issue because, you used your command points up for rerolls, which, was a completely sensible thing to do because it involved bloat drone dying. But there wasn't that much you could... I mean, you could have used Hellfire shells with the Scouts Heavy Bolter.
Yeah, and Death to the Traitors is probably the one.
Death to the Traitors would have been the other one we might have seen that we hadn't
I mean,
before.
I could have used Signs of Guilliman at some points, but I think the only time I might have used it was with the bikes, but they were already within range of the boxes, I think.
And then on my side, I could have used Putrid Detonation to auto-blow up the bloat drone. In hindsight, I wish I kind of had, because I ended up with the command point still left at the end, but I didn't know that. The Deadwalk, again, is only useful if I have a Poxwalker who's already died when you're shooting my cultists. Didn't happen. Cloud of Fires would have been useful if one of my infantry units had picked up the objective and then ran away.
Then it would have been really good.
Because then I could have said, no, you can't shoot this unit, and hidden somewhere.
Ran away, basically.
But as it was, I'm not going to use it on cultists or Poxwalkers probably, unless for some reason I really want one of them to not be shot.
You also said that you might have taken, was it Living Plague for your Warlord trait?
Yeah, that's the one that does mortal wounds to people who are within 3 inches of the Warlord at the beginning of both players' fight phases. And
considering that the Foul Blight Spawn's main weakness is getting caught up in melee...
Well, as I said before, I only take Arch Contaminator for him or the other one because the extra resilience ones, he's tough enough as it is, and you didn't have someone like the big captain or the aggressors who were really good in melee. So I wasn't that worried about him taking damage, and you didn't kill him, even with a few rounds of melee, so I think I was justified in doing that. But if I'd taken Living Plague, it probably would have chipped off a few mortal wounds off Reavers, off the bikes, because he was often within 3 inches of your guys.
Even Calsius as well.
Yeah, even Calsius. But on the other hand, if I hadn't taken Arch Contaminator, I wouldn't have killed all the scouts just because of the way the dice rolled. Oh, and of course we mustn't forget, we got an extra biker guy with this issue.
So they're up to a legal unit now, 3.
Yep.
I mean, having the extra bike mattered. 50% increase in firepower. There's one more alive to pile in.
If you're going to send them off the board on a kind of suicide mission or to tie something up, 6 wounds is better than 4. You know, it means they're more likely to get there, I suppose. Anyway, I think that'll be it for this issue. So if you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like and subscribe for more content. If you have any thoughts about the mission, or if you've played this game yourself, then do let us know how you did, what you think about it. We've been the Tabletop Donkeys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye for now.